Welcome back to T-Boys TV, people. I'm back again after a couple of days off. Obviously, international break, there's not always a lot to, actually be able to really do when you think about it. But we're back. We're back again, and we're doing the Hatters Show. And in today's episode, me and my dad will be discussing the victory, the very good away victory, much needed away victory. 3 points that were needed against Hull City, and then we'll be doing another ranking Luton players. Now, obviously, we've done that a few months ago, and things have changed a little bit now, like players there, that sort of thing. So, obviously, we'll get into that after. But yeah, obviously, like I said, I'm here with my dad. So, how are you, Dad?
Yeah, good, mate. Weekend.
Yeah, Friday.
Yourself?
You know what I'm saying? The weekend's coming. You know what I mean? The England games, when it comes to it. Obviously, if you're an England fan, we don't have to worry. You know what I mean? They're only friendlies. Well, the only thing we do have to potentially worry about is if they are part of your club, they don't get injured or whatever. But yeah, there we go. Let's get into some comments. I'll big up Harry. He's got a little question for us. So obviously, he wants to do something. He wants to do something for this international break. Obviously, watch the lower league sort of sides. He says, teammate and Darren, what do you think I should do tomorrow? Go Wrexham versus Dover, and then he says Shrewsbury versus Lincoln, or Man City Stadium Tour, or Liverpool Stadium Tour. Taking away you supporting Liverpool, bro. Obviously, that is aimed at me, my second team. What do you reckon? Now, me personally, I would probably say... I'd probably say a game. I'd probably say one of the games, experience it, see what it's like. And don't get me wrong, I don't really know what these sides are, how good they're doing in their leagues. But yeah, I'd probably say go, I don't know. What game would you say, Dad? Wrexham, Dover, or would you say a stadium tour?
You can probably go on a stadium tour anytime, innit? Sometimes these matches are like one off. You never know what's going to happen. I'd probably go to a game. I'd probably, if it was me, I'd probably go to Wrexham v Dover.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I don't know if you've been to Wales before, but even if you haven't, like Wrexham's one of them old. Is it old, or did they get a new stadium? Can't remember, but it's just one of them stadiums that you should visit. You know what I mean? Wrexham used to be they're always lower league and that, but they're been giant killers and that. Dover, I think they're just like conference or something constantly.
And Dover has started.
And the distance, that's a long journey.
Noticed, I feel.
That's a long journey as well. Like Shrewsbury, Lincoln, I think Shrewsbury are and they're struggling. So I'd go to the Wrexham game. That's what I'd do. You can go to the stores other times, isn't it?
Yeah, but and also like you just said, has he ever been Wales? You'll know about Wales. Basically, he went to Swansea before the international break for Birmingham, and he got stuck there. And it's a madness. He didn't get home till like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
So, trains are playing up and that sort of thing. But yeah, I agree. Go Wrexham, Dover. I'd say that's probably the best thing to do. And like my dad said, stadium tours, you can basically do them whenever. Big up David, obviously Luton fan. He says score prediction for Millwall at home. We'll get into that, after the international break and that sort of thing. And then Harry says, don't get me started on Swansea away. Yeah, that was a nightmare. But anyway, let's get on with this Hull City reaction. Now, I said it to my mates that are Hull fans. I said it on the vlog. I made it clear. If we are to get, playoffs, or even higher, that's not a bad shout with the way things are going, then we have to be winning this game. It's as simple as that. Hull not in the greatest of form, this season as a whole and just in general. And we got there, we went there, and we got a very well-deserved victory. And we was very good from minute one. But obviously, we'll start up with the lineup first. So lineup was Shea in goal. It was a 3-5-2. It's Bree on like the centre back, not a wing back this time, like on the right side of centre back. Potts on the left side, Kioso through the centre, and then it was Bell left wing back, Fred on the right. So it's good to see Fred starting, fully deserved. You know, like I said on the vlog, you know, he's been brilliant, and every time he's had to, you know, step up. And even if that's, you know, he's only got a couple of minutes, he's always done something that's made you go, okay. And then obviously Clark, Campbell, Berry were in the midfield, so unchanged, deserved, you know, midfield. And then up top, it was Adebayo and Cornick. So yeah, what did you make of that lineup, Dad, when you saw it?
It's pretty much expected. But, you know, we had forced changes at the back, so we had to put Bree in there. What have we done? Who was it? Potts,
Kioso, and Bree.
Yeah. So we had to make that, and that's kind of expected. I think I said I'll put Kioso where it was. So yeah, no, it's decent lineup, good attacking play. You know, we've got a good team, we've got a good squad now, so pretty much everyone's like decent. You know, even if we have to cover. So I don't think there's anyone at the moment.
Everyone can put in a shift as well.
Yeah, like even if it's, I don't think there's anyone that I'd go, oh, what is he doing? Right, unless you like put Piero on, you know, Elliot Thorpe on, you know, Musk totally changed everything. I still in goal. You know what I mean? Like, other than that, like there isn't anyone at the moment that's really, really disappointing. You know, there's a couple that ain't, you know, but we'll get into that. But yeah, no, I was pleased. And that again, you look at that team and us capable of beating Hull. So
yeah, 100%. Just before we move on to talking about the first half, obviously, let's talk a bit about Fred starting. Now, like I said, it's brilliant to see. You know, he's deserved it. I didn't actually put him in my starting lineup, and that's only because, you know, I weren't too sure about Bell's form. I thought if Fred was going to start, it'd be on that left wing back side. On the right wing back, you know, Bree and Kioso have done well. But we put Kioso as a centre of the three at the back, and then Bree on the right side. And then Fred got a start there, and it was fully deserved, wasn't it? Like I said, you know, he's been good every time he's, you know, got the chance.
Yeah, he looks like he's loving life at Luton at the moment, and he's only just going to get better and better. You know, if we lose an Adebayo, then he'll be the next one after that, I reckon.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because I think he'll step up if we do. You know, this is thinking ahead. You know what I mean? But it all depends what happens this season and things like that. But he's got good quality. Obviously, he's not a striker, but I think that, you know, he's going to be a good player, and he's got a lot of ability, trickery. You know, he'll give a lot of defenders problems, even in the Premier League, I think. I'm being serious, man. So
he's a very I love the guy. Love the guy. You know what I mean? He's been brilliant since he's come to Luton. Even when he's had to do defensive duties, he's been unreal.
Strong. He's really strong. Right? He's one of our strongest players, I reckon. Apart from maybe like Ruddock or something. Ruddock strong. Bradley. Yeah, he's strong. Watch him. He's strong, man. Very rarely gets knocked off the ball and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Right.
Yeah, exactly. We'll get more. Obviously, we'll get into everyone's performance, but we'll get more into his because I think he had an outstanding game against Hull. I really do. But let's get into some comments. Harry says, "And thank you for your opinions, lads. No worries, mate. No worries." Big up Ravi says, "Big up you guys. Been smashing through teams this season. Yeah, we have, and it is. It's been brilliant. It's been brilliant." But yeah, anything else you want to say about that lineup before we get into the first half?
No, that's it, mate.
Cool. So going into the first half, now obviously I was vlogging. At first, I'm not going to lie, I had to actually look back at the first goal because obviously I'm vlogging, getting our chance in and that stuff. Tried flipping it to the goal. Obviously, if you saw the vlog, I only got the ball in the back of the net, but I looked back at it, lovely goal by Adebayo. And I had a feeling, I was saying it to my whole mates, I was saying it to a lot of Luton fans, I had a feeling Adebayo was going to score in this game. You know, he was having a bit of a time where I think he needed another goal, as much as he did get one. I can't remember who it was against recently, but I think he needed another goal for a bit more confidence. He got the goal in 9th minute early on, and what a goal it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a good finish, man. Like, it's getting to the point where, not when he gets into them positions, 9 times out of 10 he's going to score. Like, he'll get a shot on target. He has a good finish, confident finish as well. And yeah, he's looking better and better. And like, if we can keep hold of him, whatever league we're in, I think he'll do bits.
100%.
So yeah, like, brilliant finish. And that's that little extra bit of quality. Like, their strike. Tom Eaves is a decent player, but he's not that level. I don't think he hasn't got that pace, trickery. Yeah. He's just a good finisher. Gets positioning's good and stuff. Whereas Adebayo's just dangerous. He's got everything to his game pretty much. He just needs to just mature a little bit more. That's it. He's developing fast. So yeah, great finish. What we need is to settle us down.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah.
Yep. No, definitely. Obviously, in the first half, we did also get 2 yellow cards. I think one of them was a bit harsh. I thought the Clark one was a bit harsh, if I'm being honest, and I'm pretty sure you're the same with that.
Oh, that was a joke. Like, because I was watching it and I had it on whole TV, and so I had their commentators, and the commentators were like, Jordan Clark just completely took him out. I thought, what are you talking about? He got the ball first. Quite, clearly, like, it weren't even. And the geezer it was his momentum that carried him into like his legs. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if he thought, because it was kind of a little bit two-footed, but it wasn't reckless. He got the ball, like, and right, maybe at the worst give it a foul. But he gave me a yellow card as well. I was like, what? Like, no, and then there was another one. I can't remember what it was.
Kioso got a yellow, if you're on about that.
Yeah, ref was a bit.
That was a yellow. I'll be real. That was.
But it was a right. It is what it is.
Yeah.
It was annoying because them sort of things. That's just a shit decision. It happens sometimes. I get it, but we just seem to get it every game.
Yeah.
It's like we're not allowed to tackle or whatever. You know what I mean? Or come on. But anyway, yeah, no, it was decent tackle in my opinion.
Yeah, obviously we'll just wrap up that first half, because other than that, we had a few good chances. Clark, he had was it Clark or Berry? Can't quite remember. It might have been Berry actually. He had one.
Berry had a couple of decent chances. He
there was one where it just went over. That was unlucky, and then there was one where the keeper saved it, wasn't it?
Yeah. He was lively. Berry was lively, and it's good to see him take. Because I was going on about how he's in the box all the time and he's in the right place and the right, But now he's trying to add this to his game. He's got confidence as well. Like, he's like, I'll shoot for 25 yards. What? That's good to see.
Mm-hmm.
Because some players get staged right now. I can't play like this against certain teams and all that. Luton won't care. They'll try and play like that against anyone they'll play. And that's what I like. Because like, a football career is short, so why not try it? I think Nathan Jones is locking that on to players. Like, these are, every game's like a once in a lifetime experience. There's people out there who love to be in your position. Every single game you play is like once in a life. It is like take enjoy it as well. Like, mostly. But I don't know. He's like a wizard. Do you know what I mean? The way he can just turn. It's the way he's just turned us around.
Yeah.
It
is mental. It is
incredible. Like, everyone can say, and he knows, he has faith in the players. Like, that's the key thing. Well, obviously, if he believes in their ability, then yeah, obviously he's not going to just turn like me or you into fucking, championship players, is it? Do you know what I mean? Like, but certain players, like, especially when they're younger, they go to these Premier League teams or whatever. They start off at West Ham or Chelsea or whatever, and then they get dropped and then they go down through the league. They've still got that ability. Otherwise, they wouldn't have been picked up in the first place by them clubs.
Yeah.
And it can, if you have to go back down and that, then maybe you start to believe that that's your level when it's actually not. You've just been unlucky. Do you know what I'm saying? And he knows that with certain players. The way they play, like Adebayo out the league, yeah, no, he's good. Fulham dropped him, now he ain't good enough. Dropped down to Walsall, you know, team like bottom reaches of League Two and that, still getting like 11 goals and that. We've obviously kept an eye on him, and yeah, it was a bit raw, but that's just from playing at the lower level and that lack of belief, maybe a little bit. Do you know what I mean? They're like, no, you can do this, mate. You can turn players, keep the close control. You can do this, but and that's what you notice, difference like that. And that's what I'm saying. Like Berry was like, you know, for him to be shooting from that distance and stuff like that, but the highest level is, you know, probably bitten is decent. He could have had 2 goals there. Again, like he scores pretty much every game he starts.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. Very unlucky, the chances he had. But yeah, we'll go into the second half. Obviously, he made a couple of changes. Berry come off. I see he's a bit frustrated. Like I said on the vlog, he was unlucky.
Yeah.
And then in the Kyoso one, obviously he had to come off, and obviously that's tactical. He's on a yellow card. He wasn't happy either.
Well, he had a tight hamstring or something as well, so that's why he come off as well. So
yeah, but it was one of them, as well. Obviously it had to be done, like you just mentioned there, with the hamstring, as well as what I mentioned, the yellow card. So yeah, and then shortly after that, what the hell were Hull doing at the back? I don't care though. Adebayo unselfishly wins the ball and plays it over to Cornick, and Bosch. Cornick is not missing that. Now, if that was last season, he might have hit the post or something. But this season, boom, 2-0. 2-0, just like that. Calamity at the back by Hull. Good pressure though by Adebayo at the same time. But
and that's another thing that shows the level we're at, because we're at, where Nathan Jones was going, you can't make mistakes in this division. You'll get punished. Premier League, you get punished at these levels, and that's what we done. He was dillied at the back a bit, thinking that League One kind of business. And Adebayo's like, no, I'm going to go for that, and got it. You know what I mean? Again, like another thing to his game, like defenders are going to be scared of him if he carries on. And then brilliant control. And then, unselfishly, like before, like he might have gone for that shot. I've seen him in a few games where he's just like gone for a shot. Like, I'm like, no, you should have parked, But obviously, and some players do that, and you think, what are you doing? But the higher level players will always take the best option to score. And if they're not that confident, and they know, Cornick's darting in that box and he flips it to him, he's got to score from 6 yards or whatever it was, then he's going to do it. And they're a partnership, And I said before, when they were both out, or when Cornick was out, and I was like, imagine when they come back, and we might have a chance of getting in the playoffs or whatever, because they, if they hit form. So a really good goal again. Like, they weren't really that calamitous. We just went for it weren't like they accidentally passed it to us. He won the ball off of him, So, and that's again taking your chances against certain teams that we should be beating. No disrespect to them, but I'm just saying, like, we've obviously moved a level up at the moment. So, and we're in the position in it, we're fighting for playoffs. They're just consolidating. They got promoted last season. We took probably Reece Burke. We got from them. Look at him, and they're a decent player. Was it Lewis Potter? Meant to be, the next, kind of decent midfielder or whatever, and we limited him to nothing. You could see he was skillful. You could see he had talent, but he was a bit selfish once, I think, and then like we just really kept him quiet, innit? Because he's not like a a Ronaldo. It's a team game, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it's not like he's Ronaldo or someone of that level yet. You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't really bother me if a team's got an up and come. You know, sometimes it can happen. Against Birmingham, it happened when they beat us 5-0 and had that player on loan from Man United. He destroyed us, mate. We just didn't know. Well, who's this guy? Who's this guy? You know, but it can happen. But maybe again, that's something we learn from. We'll keep an eye on him and we'll manage him if we need to. If he's playing shit, we don't need to keep an eye on him as much because he's still a youngster. You know, he's not one of these players like who just needs one touch to score a goal, like your Lukaku's and Kane's and people like that. They could play shit the whole game and have one chance and bury it. You know, he's not of that level. So,
definitely. I think Fred deserves a lot of credit on that right hand side. Like I said, I was bigging him up. I think he's brilliant on that right hand side. Like we said, you know, there was a few times Potter did get past him, but he didn't do anything after that. You know, he didn't do anything after that. And then there was sometimes Fred got past him and done really well on him. So I think Fred deserves a lot of credit. Obviously, Fred did actually play the full 90 minutes as well. And he was brilliant. He was brilliant yet again. So, massive shout out to him. And then the next talking point, Dad. Unbelievable. Jeez. That was disgusting. That was absolutely disgusting. It was brilliant to get it on record. What a free kick. You know, a lot of people saying one of the best free kicks I've ever seen. Now, it was really good. But I wouldn't quite say that. But it was disgusting by Bree. It was lovely free kick. You know, away it went crossbar and in. Oh, my God. It's brilliant. I had a few people near me, actually, Luton fans, saying, this is going in. He's going to score. And he did. And it's brilliant. I saw his interview after, and bless him, he didn't really know how to celebrate. Come over to the fans. The Luton players were like, "Go over to the fans." Oh, and obviously he celebrated at the end. But at the time he was like, I don't really score, so I didn't really know what to do there. But
that's probably one of the thing. That's probably, I don't know. It potentially might even be the best goal he's ever scored. So he probably didn't know what to do. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
and I heard actually the whole City keeper actually gave him like credit after the game and said, "What a free kick!"
Yeah, it was like I said, I was watching it and it was a little bit glitchy. And just before he took it, I said, I was like, "Go on, Bree, you deserve a goal." And then it glitched. It stopped, and then the next thing I know, it said we'd scored. It was 3-0, and I was like, he must have scored. He must have scored. I was like, well pleased. And then I saw it again. I was like, gee, do you know what I mean? What a finish that was. Class. Again, the confidence thing. See, confidence thing. And then since we've had Sheehan back at the club, like, because he was pretty decent at taking free kicks, you know, Sheehan, huge dog, like. Good guy to have around the place as well. He was like, I think was he captain a couple of times maybe?
He was. Yeah,
he was like Naismith, like, do you know what I mean? But obviously, like, he's better at taking free kicks and that. Like, really good. He scored some bangers for us. So obviously, he's been working with him as well. That's helping. So bringing in the right people, and more than anything, it's about confidence. You know, they said to him, "Go for it." You know, we're 2-0 up. Just go for it, innit? And he thought, all right, I will. And, you know, he played such a good goal. Like, pretty much any keeper wouldn't have saved that, I don't reckon, to be honest.
No, I don't think either, honestly. Brilliant goal.
Yeah.
That's what we got to say about that. And like I said, it was brilliant to get it on record, you know, part of the vlog. It was great. Obviously, the two before that didn't quite get the Cornet one. We already knew it was going in, so it was absolute limbs in the away end. But yeah, that's really it. We'll talk about, obviously, other than their goal right at the end. For me, it's a bit gutted not to get a clean sheet, but overly, I'm not fussed. You know, we were really good throughout the whole game, if I'm being totally honest. So well, it's just one I thought we was anyway.
Yeah, the thing is as well, like that point on the rat, like after we scored that, we didn't sit back. We actually went and we were trying to get 4s and 5s past them.
Yeah,
you know, and we missed a couple of chances and that. Nathan Jones was fuming, and it's quite funny because the whole commentators were like Nathan, like, the whole manager's not doing anything, and they're 3-0 down. Nathan Jones is screaming at his players, and they're 3-0 up. And I'm saying it's because he wants perfection. You know what I mean? He's still going to moan if you waste a stupid chance. Like, maybe in his mind, it's constantly 0-0. Maybe he draws that into it. It's 0-0. It's always 0-0 or whatever. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? But, you know, he just wants more and more. Demands it. Yeah. Because, you know, it's true. If you're missing silly chances or making a silly pass, doesn't matter if you're 3-0 up. You're still making that mistake. He doesn't want that creeping in. Because sometimes that sort of stuff can creep in next and you get a bit like, oh, we were 3-0 up. Oh, yeah. Then we took the foot off the gas. We just sort of cruised it a bit. And then you're not as confident. You've got to have that mindset. And that's what he's given them. And yeah, we could have had, their defence was all over the place. They didn't know what to do. And again, that was a good thing to see. Like, we can do that to teams and we keep getting better at doing that. I wouldn't be surprised to see someone else get a proper hammering this season as well. Watch out, Blackpool. But
talk about Blackpool. Actually, I was talking to one of their fans yesterday. Decent goalie. But yeah,
they've done all right this season. They've done better than
they had
under the radar.
A very good start. You know, considering they just went up to be in and around where they was mental.
Yeah. Everyone's like going on about maybe Coventry and that, but I think Blackpool have been under the radar a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think
I totally agree with that.
They've got less money in that than them other teams. Do you know what I mean? So, well, maybe not as Peterborough, but yeah, they've done all right. I don't mind Blackpool either, really. Apart from that time when they beat us in the League Two playoffs, I was fuming.
That was going. But yeah, let's talk about the positive stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, obviously, like I said, they got a goal. You know, played it across. It's too little, too late.
We were claiming offside. Shea was absolutely fuming, bless him, because he wanted another 17th clean sheet or whatever of the season.
Let's talk about that. Jeez. Like, you got to remember, he wasn't even in goal at the start of the season. Do you know what I mean? And to have that many clean sheets.
I don't know if he's got that many or it's the team that's got that. I'm not sure, but whatever. Like, he's had quite a lot of clean sheets himself. I don't know how many it is, like 9, 6, 7, I don't know, something like that. And he was fuming because he didn't have a lot to do. Did he have one save to make, possibly? I can't even remember.
He made 1 or 2 really good saves that I can think of in the game.
Yeah,
but overall, not a lot, no.
And again, like, he's been at that club, and he's doing all right. He is doing. I mean, come on, like, maybe it helps with his confidence as well. Like, I don't think he's an elite keeper. I don't think he's going to make them. You know, he does make some good saves, but I don't think he's going to be making them worldy saves like constantly and stuff. Especially if we got promoted.
Yeah.
I can't, you know. It's a different level, isn't it? They'll place it into the corners more. You have to work harder as a goalkeeper at that level. You can't make no errors of judgment on nothing. You have to be on the, even if you're just, which we won't be, you know what I mean? But even if, like, Man City goalkeeper, Liverpool goalkeeper, sometimes they're just standing there for 45 minutes, not even doing nothing really, and then they've got to be switched on. So I don't know, but I like him. He's a good guy as well. Like, I reckon, even if, like,
he's been very loyal, you know.
He'd come back as a goalkeeping coach in the future.
Sort of thing.
Yeah, I'd be happy if he was a goalkeeping coach in the future or something, because he's good, because he's not the biggest keeper.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He's intelligent, and he's very intelligent and, like, calm on the ball most of the time and stuff like that. He doesn't panic. Yeah, he might make a couple of mistakes and that, but most keepers do. But generally, like, he's reliable. He's quite reliable. Communicates all right and stuff like that. So, and he has been decent. He got the Golden Glove in League One and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So but it's disappointing for him. But we'll be looking to get a clean sheet in the next game. So.
Yeah. Well, there you go. But obviously, that win, based on other results, actually put us in third. It's mental that, you know, like I've said, me as a Luton fan, I just wanted, and most other Luton fans wanted anywhere above 12, you know, because our main aim is just trying to finish higher and higher each season. And to be third is mental. Obviously, Bournemouth got a bit more points ahead in second. Obviously, they beat Huddersfield 3-0. I was very surprised about that. But yeah, there were some results that went our way that day as well, which obviously helped. But obviously that puts Hull 20th, where they are where they were anyway. So there you go. But from that game, another tough decision to make for me anyway. Man of the match. Now Fred's in for a shout. Adebayo, Cornick, Shea. Who else? Clark, you could say. Berry was unlucky. You can literally give it to loads of players, but who would you give it to?
For me, it's going to have to be Adebayo because,
yeah,
the goal he scored, first goal, vital goal, the second one where he had the confidence, and even he was a constant danger to him. He got floored in the second half. He's running and just about to run in the box. And that was being taken out, mate. That should have been I think it was a yellow, but that should have been a red, mate. That was vicious.
Yeah, I know exactly.
But he was just dangerous whole game. Like he was just confident. Yeah,
he done good defensive duties as well.
Yeah, he did. He did. For me, that was a decent, very, very good game for him. Away as well. So he was good. He was a proper team player as well. He got his goal, and then then he's still working hard.
100%.
And I think he was one of the guys that told Bree to shoot as well. But for me, definitely, it was a brilliant performance from him. Everyone else kind of played decent as well. So, but for me, he shone that little bit like we needed him to, and you need your top striker to be getting a goal, split away as well. It's absolutely vital, right? And it'll give him confidence now going into the home game against Millwall, and he has a nice rest, which he probably needed anyway. Even though he picked up in that game, but he was looking a little bit jaded sometimes. You know what I mean? Took a lot out of him. You see, it's probably the hardest he's ever worked in his career, mate. Yeah. Maybe. Do you know what I mean? But I'd say so. So yeah, that's going to do us good. We're going to have people coming back. So yeah, Adebayo for me.
Yep, fair enough. I'm going to have to agree with you. I think a close second though for me is Fred. As I say, I think it's brilliant on that right hand side. Yeah, there was a few times that it's got past him, but overall, Fred in that wing back role, very impressive. And he was loving it when he was going forward on that right-hand side. Absolutely loving it.
Oh, yeah.
So, he's a close second for me. But, Adebayo definitely. The goal, like you said, and like I've said near the start of this stream, give him a lot of confidence, or will give him a lot of confidence, sorry. The defensive duties, like I mentioned. He got an assist as well. So, 100% for me. He was running riot in Hull. And, Hull got mauled by the Luton, didn't they? So there you go. But anything else you want to say about the game?
No, it was good. It was quite, I think that was Hull's highest attendance of the season. They had 15. Well, there was 15,000 there, but they had more fans than they had all season. Which, I don't necessarily think that was because they thought they'd beat us. I think it's because they know we're a decent side. You know what I mean? And they wanted to see how they fare against us. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? But whatever, it was a big crowd. They were getting, it was funny. I had some of the chants and stuff, but it's nice, for us to go. We got to get used to that as well. We could go to bigger grounds than that, against 30,000 fans and stuff, and there's only 4,000 Luton fans. Do you know what I mean? It's hard for some of them players. Like they need to get used to that. So, I thought that was quite good that there was, you know, decent amount of fans there, because we go to some of these stadiums and it's like just half empty, like, you know what I mean? But there's probably a few thousand more
been
a
a
week.
lot of them. Been a lot of them, to be fair.
So
Reading is a standout one for me.
But, you know, we're selling out every week at home now. Like, it's not even debatable like that. I think that's going to go on now potentially until we get a new stadium. It's going to be hard to get tickets unless you've got connections or whatever. But no. I just wanted to say a bit about that, because sometimes that can affect the team. You know, because it does when teams come to play us, but it didn't affect us because we know our fans are in the corner shouting, you know, and believing, just like the players seem to. So it does play a huge part.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, there you go. That's all we got to say about Hull. So yeah, let's move on to the other part of what we're going to be doing. Is obviously ranking players. Now, obviously, we've done that a bit earlier on, a few months ago, I think it was now. But obviously, some players have moved, you know, that sort of thing. So obviously, then we won't do them. But yeah, we'll do it based on now. So yeah, obviously, we'll both say what we think, and then we'll come to an agreement at the end if we don't think the same and that sort of thing. So obviously, we've got exceptional, good, average, poor, and then can't really judge. So can't really judge will most likely be the lone players, I could imagine. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So first player, we got excuse me, we got Lockyer. Now there's been games where he's been very good for me. He's been, you know, another very good addition to the centre backs that we have. So where would you think of putting Lockyer?
Yeah, it's been decent. You know, can't think he's made a couple of mistakes, but it pretty much has been quite reliable. He hasn't been exceptional, but he's been good level. Can't really fault him on anything. So I'd put him as good.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I totally agree with that. As you said, he hasn't been, you know, there has been a few little things that maybe could have done better, but overall, you know, he's put in a job for us, and yeah. So yeah, I'd agree with good. Next one, James Bree. Now, what I will say is, you know, what we have to remember is he got a lot of criticism from Luton fans at the start of the season, which I did, which we both thought was a bit harsh. Obviously, in one of the episodes we discussed that. And you know, the turnarounds that he's done, obviously, stand out is the other day. You know, getting a brilliant free kick against Hull. You know, brilliant goal it was, and even some assists he's got. Like when we drew 1-1 to Fulham, that assist he got for Adebayo. You know, brilliant ball in. You know, so for me, with the criticism he's got, I'm going to put him in the same as Lockyer. Good. I wouldn't say he's been exceptional, because there has been times where the crosses and stuff like that should maybe be a bit better. But overall, I'd say he's been good. Would you agree with that?
Yeah. He's just off of being excellent for me. But if he carries on for the rest of the season, then it'll be a push up for him. But I put him in good, based on, you know, we're thinking a bit about that free kick, and you know, he did have a couple poor games at the start of the season, but the way he's responded, it has been excellent. But you know, like he's you know, he's only just in good. Like it could have been higher, but yeah, for now.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we'll probably do one of these at the end of the season. And then,
of course.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
See if anything changes there. But next one will be straight up. Can't really judge. Piera. Can't judge him.
No, can't judge him at all. No point talking about that. You know, you know,
shout out to him though.
He's gone out to loan. He's a decent player. He's a decent player. He's just gone out on loan. Hasn't worked out. He's got injuries, etc. you know, again, you can't really judge. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, no, like I said, shout out to him because it is actually his birthday. Excuse me. So happy birthday to him. You know what I mean? Not
Big
that he's going to
heart.
see
Happy
this.
birthday.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd like to see him stay at Luton and be given a chance next season. So let's see.
100%. I'm the same. But next player, Adebayo. Now, I remember when we last done this, we did put him in exceptional. We put 3 players in it. We put Naismith, Cornick, and Adebayo.
Right. Okay.
Since then, right, there has been a couple games, like I said recently, where I think he's needed a goal to kick on a little bit. There has been, as much as I didn't think he was too bad against QPR, for me, you can't really be getting caught offside 3 times. Right, that's just, for me, that is, one of them. I would probably, you have to remember he has took a massive step up, like we've said plenty of times. So you do have to give him credit. He has been a threat, like we keep saying, he's just going to get better and better. He did play really well the other day. What would you put him in? Would you still say he's been exceptional, or would you drop him down?
And
also, if we do drop him down, we'll put him as one of the highest for good. So the highest on the left side will be, but we'll do that at the end.
Nah, do you know what? I'd keep him still at exceptional.
Yeah.
Because like he's just getting better and better. You've got to remember his age. You've got to remember, he has only just stepped up, and 85% of the time, he has been good. He causes problems. He's getting, for me, if we didn't have his goals, we wouldn't be where we are. So, and he's stepped up. It's a long season. He's still up there for me. He's still up there. And he could still finish on 20 goals this season. So for me, he's still up there with that. I'd still keep him up there. Yeah, I would.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Like I said, massive step up, that he's done. There's been games that have been brilliant. The way he can bring a ball down is unreal and just turn and do something. So yeah, overall, and you've got to remember how many goals he's got, like 15, 16, something like that. Might even be more. And he's been injured. He's been
14.
14.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
a bit lower, and he's been injured. Imagine if he, weren't injured, he'd have a lot more goals, in my opinion. So there you go. But yeah, moving on to the next player, Mendez Gomez. Now, a player who and I'm sure a lot of other Luton fans, including yourself, want to see a lot more of him play. When he has played, I think he's been brilliant. Standout games are the 2 FA Cup games for me, like the main standout games. The goal he took really well against Cambridge. And then obviously I thought he played really well against Chelsea. He got an assist for the Cornick goal, which put us 2-1 up. So yeah, and he can cause a threat. You can see his quality. Obviously, I wouldn't put him in exceptional. I'd probably put him in good, to be fair. Not going to lie, because every time he's got the chance, he's done well. So yeah, that's my opinion. What do you say?
Yeah, I think yeah, that's probably fair because that he hasn't had a lot of opportunities, but pretty much when he has, it's been quality. It's a bit unfair to give him average because it's not so much his fault. When he has played, he's performed pretty well. So just on that, he deserved to be, you're basing it on appearances and matches played, then he's good. He's good, yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Next player. Now, this will be interesting. He'll be definitely one of the top 2 for me. I don't know whereabouts, but Alan Campbell. Now, he has been brilliant since he's come into Luton. You know, he gets stuck in every game. Every now and then he pops up with bangers. You know, like Bournemouth away Bournemouth at home. Sorry, not away. West Brom at home. You know, people talk about that as potential one of the goals of the season, and the way he hits them and just gets them in is brilliant. You know, like I said, he gets stuck in. He's a warrior, basically. He's a warrior. You know, obviously he got Player of the Month last month by Diamond season ticket holders, obviously Luton fans. So yeah, for me, I'm going to have to be real. I'm going to put him in exceptional, in my opinion. Where would you put him?
See, no, I wouldn't go that high, based
No?
on the fact that it took him a few games to get in. He weren't great the first, and not because he's not a good player, because we all knew that he was, but it took him a little bit to adjust to the championship level. You know, he didn't come straight in and make an impact. You know, it's only the last 10 games, maybe 15 games, 10, you know, that he's proper made an impact. And for me, I'd put him in good, but I'd put him ahead of Lockyer and Mendez Gomez.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, as I said, we'll definitely, we'll sort that more out towards the end. But yeah, for me, I totally agree. If he's not an exceptional, he's got to be a high good. Absolutely, 100%.
But I can see why you want him to be up there. But for me, it's just you've got, whereas like Adebayo's up, like he's been scoring no matter what. Like even if he's like a little bit out of form or whatever, he's still banging the goal. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
But if you look at it now, the way we've got it, it's Adebayo first, Bree second, Campbell third. You know.
Yeah, no, definitely. We'll move on next to RG, Luke Berry. Now, obviously, we are big admirers of him. I'm not going to lie. I've said it plenty of times. You know, I didn't think he was championship quality at the start of the season, but he's shut me up. You know what I mean? There's been games where, Blackburn away, for example, what a game he had. What a game he had. And then we obviously got that injury. You could tell we missed him. And he come back, scored a few goals. And, like I said the other day, he's very unlucky not to get a goal. For me, I would probably put him in good, if I'm being honest, but I'd probably put him in high good. So that's where I'd put him. What about you?
It's a difficult one because I feel sorry for him because he got injured. And really, if you're speaking about it, how he's played and that, then for me, I'd say he has been exceptional. He's scored plenty of goals in few games. He's come up with vital goals. I'd put him in exceptional, personally.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Now, I don't mind putting him there. I definitely hear what you're saying. If he didn't, unfortunately, get that injury, he probably would, be, getting a lot more goals. Well, of course, but
he scored some vital goals. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when he's come on, he's
like I said, Blackburn away. That was massive.
Made an impact. Like, that's what counts for me as well. Like, he hasn't played, but you're making it count. Like, coming up with, like, and he's a midfielder and he's coming up with it. No, for me, definitely. And he deserves more of a chance, like, as well. Like, and I think he the form he's in, he could still help us a lot. And he's in for me, definitely, he should be up there.
Yeah, 100%. Now, moving on to the next player. I believe when we last ranked him, obviously, we put him quite low at the time. Danny Hilton. Now, for me, there has been games where he has, come in clutch and got some, very, decisive goals. Derby at home. Obviously, he won that game 1-0. He got the winning goal. A very good goal it was as well. Took it down really well, and it was a good finish. What other game? Bristol City away. That was a vital point in the end. Well, it could be, you know, going on to later, you know, even later in the season. You know, there has been some times where, you know, he hasn't really done much, if I'm being honest. So I would probably go with, I'll probably go average. So there's been some games where he's, you know, done really well. There's been some where I haven't really seen too much, but there has been games where he's been unlucky as well. You know, Swansea, you know, away he was very unlucky not to get a goal in that. And you know, what you also got to remember is he's been getting a lot of criticism, if I'm being honest, by fans going like in certain games, like when he's starting, a lot of people have been going, "Oh, why is he starting? Rare tear tear," and he's tend to do well when he's got that, you know, that criticism. So yeah, but I'll probably go average, but I'll probably go high average. Where would you think about putting him?
I'd put him in good, mate.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, because of the pressure. He, out of anyone in that squad, like who's still in this, you know, that peripheral or whatever, he got the most criticism. He ain't good. Why is he starting? Why is he playing? Done some nutmeg every time. You know, he still showed that he's got the skill. Well, watch me then. Watch me. And again, like he hasn't played many games, but most of the games he's come on, he's done very good at. So I'd put him. Good above Mendez Gomez.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Like you got to think about it. Like so much pressure. What's he even still doing? He's going in January. Like we even was talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
He stayed. He was like, no, I'll stay. And when he's looked good. He's decent. He doesn't look totally out of place. You can't look at him and go, no, he's definitely not. He can't play at this level. Maybe he can't consistently, but he can play at that level, and he's shown it. And
like I said, there has been games where he's come in clutch, got some vital goals,
and he was playing out of position as well. Like I'm saying, like nah, for me, he's good. It's good.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Moving on to the next player. Now I'm going to be straight up. I'm putting him in exceptional. Fred. Now, he's not put foot wrong any game he's played in. You know, he's had to play. He can play on the left side of wing back, play on the right side. He can probably even play centre back. You know, he can play, you know, anywhere really. If I'm being honest, other than probably in goal. But you know, I'm going to be straight up exceptional. Like I said earlier, there's been games where he's come on for about 5 minutes and he's already done something that makes you go, "Whoa!" Potentially a start next game for him. So I'm going to put him in exceptional.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are you thinking?
I don't know. Like, yeah, he has been excellent. Pretty much every game he's come on. I remember when we played Peterborough. Was it the first game of the season? Like, he annihilated them, didn't he?
Yeah.
It's just that he hasn't played consistently. That's the only issue for me. So it's difficult for me to put him. But then I've put Berry there as well. So, but Berry's got the goal. I don't.
Probably one of the lower ones in exceptional, but I'd probably put him there.
Would you say he's done more work than Bree then? See, I don't know about that. Or more work than Campbell. Maybe. Bree?
I wouldn't say he's done more work, but, you know, he's just been, you know, it comes down to what we said about the opportunities.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I don't mind putting him good.
It's a hard one.
He's definitely one of them two.
I'd probably put him just below Bree and ahead of Campbell.
Yeah.
Only just.
Okay.
I just feel like if he scored more goals, then yeah, different story. But I feel bad about putting him ahead of Campbell as well, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll leave it like that. We'll see. You know, I do like Fred. I do think he is, and he has. You know, he has affected games. Got a few assists and that. So, but then Campbell scored a couple of goals. So it's difficult. Them two are like neck and neck for me. Well, I don't think you could say exceptional. Like, you know, for me, not yet.
All right. Well, we'll move on, obviously, to the next player. Now, I'm going to be straight up. Average for me, Lansbury. There's been games where, you know, he's just misplaced passes. You know, I got a bit of criticism from a few Luton fans because there was this question. It was like your team's most disappointing player so far this season. A lot of people saying Musgrave, and I think people are a bit harsh on him. You know, he's quite young as well. You know, he hasn't awfully had a lot of game time.
No,
So
yeah.
I think Lansbury's experience as well. You know,
Yeah, it
and
should be
since
better.
he's been bang average for me. So
Yeah.
I'm putting him in average. You know, he is a good player. I'm not saying he isn't, but at Luton, it comes down to sort of like Jerome at the start of the season, just not doing enough. Not doing enough. Obviously, Jerome, you know, is doing well now, but that's how I see it with Lansbury. So straight up, I'm putting him in average. Would you agree, or would you?
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that one definitely. Like, you know, he hasn't. He's a good. You know, he's a quality player, but I was checking it out as well the other day. Like, since he left Aston Villa, that's what he's kind of been doing. Like, it's just been riding it out clubs. You know what I mean? He's just been rolling with the punches. Like, you know, like, just could do better or whatever. And he hasn't, you know, been, you know, there might have been one or two games where potentially he was decent, like proper decent, but compared to everyone else, no. He's got the quality, but he hasn't applied, you know, put it into practice. So yeah, average. Unfortunately,
yeah. And I've got a question for you. So obviously, like I said, the most disappointing player so far for Luton. Obviously, we are doing a ranking thing, but who would you say for you this season? Obviously,
probably would be him because he's got pedigree. You can't say that Musgrave is a younger player. You know what I mean? He hasn't had that chance really. And Lansbury's an established player at this definitely championship level, and like you can't just be sitting chilling out or coming on and just hacking people down. I know, like I like the feistiness to his game, but when it works, you know, there's a character he's made mistakes and he's just been lazy with his passing and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Like, come on, man, you can't be doing that. Like, cost us games and stuff. Like, well, you know, I think when we lost against, who was it? Sheffield United or something. He played it through to flipping. What's his name?
Brewster. Was it Brewster?
No, not Brewster.
Billy Sharp.
Lyle Taylor.
Oh.
You remember? Like, come on, just he's done that a few times, and like that's just not good enough. You know, he stands out like that a little bit. So unfortunately, yeah, like he's Mr. Average at the moment.
Yeah. Yep. Talking about experienced players and, you know, speak of the devil, so to speak, I was obviously talking about him, Cameron Jerome. Now, you know, us at the start of the season, we're quite annoyed with him because we know he's got quality, we know he's got that experience, and similar to Lansbury at the time, he wasn't really showing it. But there has been games, you know, recently, you know, when he's got the chance, like QPR, even though we lost, like, I thought he's brilliant. You know, the way he took that goal, you know, went for it. Obviously, you know, it worked in the end. You know, he's getting fouled left, right, and centre that game as well. There's been other games as well. West Brom, I thought he's exceptional. West Brom at home, we won 2-0. I believe he scored in that as well. Yeah, he did. Yeah, it was him and Campbell, I remember. So, yeah, there you go. For me, due to the start of the season, that doesn't It doesn't really help with my rating. For me, he's anywhere between good and average. I'd probably say he's the lower end of good. Is my opinion. Where would you put him?
Yeah, yeah. Basically, I think the last time we done this, maybe he listened to us, but we put him in poor.
Yeah.
And then since we've done that, like he's stepped up. For me, yeah, he's in good. I'd say he's probably before Hilton.
Okay. Yeah.
Because he's affected games.
He's,
you know, he got quite a few assists. He just needs to stop fouling when he comes on. But like he has started to show his experience and his quality a lot more.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd put him there. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. All right, moving on to the next player. Now, you know what I will say. I don't want this to sound like really bad on him, but it's obviously talk about Bell. There has been games, you know, most of the time there's been better performances than worse. There has been a few games, but what we have to remember is, you know, he's still fairly young, isn't he? I believe.
Nah, I think he's like peaking. Like he's 27 or something. So for me, like he's played pretty well most of the season. He's made a couple of mistakes, but genuinely, he's been quite decent. Like I can't. He starts every game. The guy, you know, obviously he's going to be games where he makes a couple of mistakes. Obviously, like for me, but and in the last game he was decent, man. He was really good. We didn't even mention it. Like for me, I don't. Where would you say you put him? He'd be putting in somewhere along the good as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, like
probably
you said about the consistency. You know, he's been picked in every game that I can think of. Well, obviously, maybe not some, but you know, majority of the league games he's in. He's put really good shift in. I like the way he, you know, comes out after the game and you know, he shows his passion, his desire to go on and do things with this team. You know, stuff you want to see. So yeah, I'd agree. I'd put him in good. It's just really whereabout. I'd probably put him maybe fourth or fifth, anywhere between fourth to sixth. I'd say I'm good. So maybe be either behind Lockyer or in front of Lockyer, I reckon.
Yeah, it's a tight one. That I'd probably put him just behind Lockyer.
Yeah.
I think he's been a bit. If he'd have scored a couple of goals that he did get that goal actually. It was an own goal, but you know he created it and he's had a good. He's looking better every game. Right, he's settled now. But for me, like you know, just behind Lockyer. Yeah.
Yep. No, fair enough. Excuse me. Now, next player we rate very highly. You know, it's similar to Berry. He was unfortunate when he had that injury, and you could tell we missed his creative spark, so to speak. Jordan Clark, you know, there's been games where he's been exceptional. He's been causing havoc. Nottingham Forest away, he's very unlucky not to get a goal in that game. Blackpool at home, not Blackpool at home, sorry, Blackpool away, he was exceptional in that. You know, his link-up play and stuff like that. And there's been games where we've lost, but he's been probably one of the standout players. And one of them games I can think of was Cardiff at home. We lost that game. He was brilliant. Obviously, he got the goal. He was our only player that looked all right that game, if I'm being totally honest. So, yeah, you know, very unlucky. You know, he done decent against Hull, one of the many players that did. So, yeah, for me, I wouldn't say exceptional, but I would say good, and I would say pretty high up in good, if I'm being honest. What about you?
Yeah, I put him good, definitely. Like I said, you know, he got injured for a while. He has looked good. He's got that creative edge. I don't even know. I don't think he scored, though. He just needs a bit more time.
I mean, he scored against Cardiff. I can't seem to think of any other games.
Yeah. You know, he just hasn't had...
He's got a lot of assists. I know that.
Yeah. I'd probably put him in good, probably above Lockyer.
Yeah, okay. There you go. There you go. My next one deserves a lot of credit. I remember Shay, obviously, when we played Nottingham Forest, his first league start, I was a bit like, oh no. And the only reason I say that is no disrespect to him, but it's just because when he was in goal against Stevenage, yeah, the way he got done up there was it was not good. It was not good. But that game, he had a brilliant game. Like we said earlier, another very good game. Well, not that he had an awful lot to do against Hull, but, the saves he did make were good. Obviously, the goal was a bit unlucky. I don't think he could have really done much about that. It's played across. He's been brilliant. He's been brilliant. He's got a lot of clean sheets as well, like we mentioned earlier. And, he has been quite reliable. There has been one game, Birmingham away, but no one ever seems to. We just don't do well against Birmingham. I don't know what it is, but overall, he's been very good when he's had to come in. I think so. I would probably put him in good. I don't know whereabouts in good though. What about yourself?
Yeah, I'd put him in good as well. He's come in. He's done well. It's a difficult one. I'd probably put him just below Bell, ahead of Jerome.
Below Bell, okay. Just below. Right, so there you go. Yep, fair enough. So yeah, excuse me. Now, next player. Before we get on to Pelly Ruddock, just like to say, even though he didn't come on today, Congo played today. Obviously, his national team, they drew 1-1. Got a good draw away. Not away. At home against Morocco, who obviously we know they do have some quality players. Obviously, it's 2 legs. So wish them all the best in the second leg. You know what I mean? But yeah, Pelly Ruddock was on the bench for that game. He didn't unfortunately come on, like I said, but congrats to him getting the call up. But yeah, Pelly Ruddock this season. Now, obviously, there has been games where, us as well as many other Luton fans have given him a bit of criticism. And that's due to, there has been times where he's been a bit slow on the ball, giving it away a couple of times. And, he can't be giving, he can't be taking that long in the championship, certain points. But, we do, obviously, he's been loyal with Luton and that's been brilliant. Hopefully we can, keep him on until the Premier League. That would be a brilliant story, that would. But yeah, when it comes to his footballing this season, I really don't know. I really don't know where to put it. I wouldn't say he's been like awful. I would probably say average or low good. What about yourself?
I'm going average, mate. Much as I like him and that.
Yeah, brilliant guy. Brilliant guy.
I don't think he's scored this season.
No, I don't think he has actually.
The last game he come on, obviously got injured in that last game. He's a big part of the team.
100%.
Everyone knows that. But I don't think he's performed as well as everyone else at all. And I feel, Lansbury's done all right. And I can't see them two are similar. I just think, when he come in the last game, he started misplacing passes and that. All that. I was like, what are you doing? He just tries to run it out of the box too much sometimes. I just don't think it's been his best season. And it has been an average season for him. And I know he's got capable of doing better. I'd put him at average.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. Don't disagree at all. Would you put him above Lansbury or would you keep him?
I would put him above Lansbury, yeah, because of the ability. Lansbury should be a better
experience
player.
As well, yeah.
And I like Pep. Obviously, Pelly's one of my favourite players, and that. He stalled over that contract as well. No one really knew what was going on.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
think it's been a bit of an average season for him. Like, I expect to see more from him, knowing of his ability and stuff. So yeah, unfortunately, yeah, that's where he's going for me.
Yep. No, fair enough. Fair enough. As I said, I'd put him in good or average, but low good, like I said. But yeah, big up Chris. He says, "Good evening, lads. Hope you're well. We're good, thanks, mate. Hope you're well." So yeah, there you go. But yeah, moving on to the next player, which is Glenn Ray. Now, for me, obviously, he went out on loan to Wigan. Now, can we really judge? Obviously, I know he got an injury at Wigan. You know, if we do judge, we have to be real. Even on his time at Wigan, we have to say poor, even though he weren't starting, and that's the reason why I say it. You know, out on loan, he can't get a start there. It's peak. So what are we doing?
Yeah,
Can't really judge because then again, I didn't watch him when he was at Wigan. I just knew that he was
I
on the
mean, he
bench.
hasn't had a lot of game time, but a couple of games he did look decent in, and a couple of other games he looked average in. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because I like him. I know he's quite a decent player, but maybe he's
I
not the
think
kind
it's
of player
also
that
one
we
of them
need at
things
the
where we're
moment.
trying to move on from him.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to go not really judge, to be fair,
Can't read
because
it. Yeah, okay. Yep, fair enough.
if he got as much games as Berry's had or Jerome's had or whatever, then maybe we could judge him a bit better. So I don't think it's fair to say. Like, we could put average, but then like, he hasn't played enough games to get that, even that. And I ain't going to put him as poor because that's just unfair. And he hasn't been poor. So, no.
Yep. Now, next player, obviously, he's been injured. You know, like we said earlier, a player that we hope is back. We know he's been training. Sonny Bradley, obviously our captain. You know, brilliant player. You know, there's been brilliant games from him. You know, Blackburn away when he come on, the difference he made. You know, urging the team to go forward every time the ball come over to him, he just headed it away. Just unreal, or clear it, whatever. You know, go forward at times as well, switch the ball out to the right or the left, and then cross could come in from someone else or whatever. He's been brilliant. You know, obviously gutted when he got that injury. Like I said, hopefully he'll be back for the upcoming game after the international break against Millwall. I'm gonna have to put him in exceptional. Now, last time we didn't actually put him in exceptional, which, you know, looking back at it, I don't know. I don't know why we didn't, but I'm going to put him in exceptional. Would you agree with that, or would you put him somewhere else?
No, only because the simple fact he's been injured quite a lot this season. And I do remember when we got him back the first time, like he started off decent, he's reliable, you know what I'm saying? So at that stage he was good. Then he got injured. Then we brought him back, and you could see that we'd missed him. And when we was playing Blackburn, he come on. He was good. You know, for me, like, it's not, he hasn't played enough games to be exceptional. That's the only unfortunate thing for me. So, but I'd be putting him at the top end of good, like probably.
Would you be putting him right at the top of good then?
No.
No?
I'd probably put him after Fred. He's been injured a lot, man.
Okay. I'm gutted. No, fair
No,
enough.
I like him and that, but I think we've coped well without him. Like, no disrespect to him, like, I think we've done all right. And like,
yeah, if he was to come out back, it'd make it even better.
oh
Do
yeah,
you know
cool.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
I'd
mental.
love to have him back in the team, 100%. But I just don't think he's played enough games to be ahead of Bree and so. But do you know what I mean?
Okay, fair enough. Now, next player, you know, obviously he's been brilliant throughout the season. You know, there was QPR in recent times where he did give away that penalty, and it was a bit annoying. Obviously, it gave them, you know, a bit of motivation, so to speak, or, you know, chance to kick on. And obviously, you know, we know the rest. But Naismith overall, he's been brilliant this season. You know, there's been standout games, of course. You know, Bournemouth, the way he took that down and done up their player, and the finish was exceptional, unreal. Right at the end of the game as well. We said it. Loads of episodes ago, he has been phenomenal when he's come in. Obviously, he hasn't played recently. What would I do? Now, obviously, last time we did have him in exceptional. Would you still go with that? Or would you
Yeah,
put him...
100%. No, 100%. 100%. Yeah, 100%. Like,
And just another thing before you finish off what you was going to say. He has played that good that I think he deserves, a potential Scotland call-up.
Definitely. Same as Campbell, mate. Campbell probably
Campbell.
should get
I would say Naismith starting, Campbell on the bench for Scotland. That would be my personal opinion.
Well, no, for me,
but they both definitely deserve call-ups.
He's exceptional. Like, yeah, he made that. Come on, man. Like, how many games? Other than that, his touch, his passing, the way he just affects pretty much every game. He was a big part of us, and still is. I'm hoping he comes back.
There was a lot of times in games where two players would run at him, and he'd do them both. And at first you'd be like, "Oh, no, what you doing? But it just make it look so easy."
He plays. That's not even his natural position. Like, I don't care.
Yeah,
for me, he's the player of the season so far, and he goes straight in at number one.
Okay, fair enough. Oh, let me put him there. There we go.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I don't see many people disagreeing with that. What he had one poor game. Other players have had, Adebayo's had a lot more game. Berry hasn't played enough, but he has been very good. Do you know what I mean? Like, no, he's not. He's been the player of the season without a doubt. And as soon as we get him back, the better.
Fair enough. Right, moving on to a player that obviously we put in exceptional last time. Another player did, Harry Cornick. Now, for me, last season, he had everything good to his game. He just needed to work on his finishing, and he's done that this season. There was one game, Swansea at home, but, other than that, I think standout where he's been brilliant. Millwall away, to get them 2 goals, one in the top right corner, one in I can't remember what corner it was, but one in the top corner, one in the bottom. Took them really well. Like I said, the goal the other day, it was an open goal. But if that was last season, I'll be real, he'd probably hit the post. I'm not going to lie. His link-up play of Adebayo, like we mentioned earlier, exceptional. He done really well against Chelsea. Took that goal really well as well. And he can cause havoc. I do think he is better on the wing. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, he's been brilliant. And if I'm being honest, I'd probably still keep him exceptional.
Yeah, same. He's got 10 goals, got double figures. He got a little injury as well. But other than that, he has been decent, like danger going forward most games. Like, there's a couple of games where, but for me, exceptional after we got up there.
I'd probably potentially maybe put him ahead of Berry.
I put him ahead of Berry, yeah, definitely. So, yeah.
Put him ahead of Adebayo or nah?
No.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, I agree with that. But yeah, moving on to the next player. Now, obviously, he's got an injury, Osho. Now, obviously, I see a lot of Luton fans come out and obviously, wish him all the best, and he replies to him and stuff like that. Obviously, I believe it's a shoulder injury, if I'm correct.
I'm not sure, but
obviously, speedy recovery, and all of that. He's been brilliant. I think when he's come in, there was games recently before the injury where he was playing centre-back and he bossed it. He really did. Before that, he was playing like a CDM sort of role. There were some games, it links back to what we said earlier about Glenn Ray, where I think we're trying to move him on. Osho was playing ahead of him. And obviously Osho's young, so he's, trying to be the next sort of, probably, obviously, if we go to the Prem, might change. But he's trying to be there at this current moment in time, and I think he's been really good when he's had games that he's played. I wouldn't go as far as exceptional, but I would put him in good, 100%. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. Like when it's come on, most said like there was a couple of games where he looks a bit shady, but he works hard. He's strong. He's athletic. He has helped us out a lot. So he's a good player. I like him a lot, and he could potentially play in a couple of positions. I think he's played really well. So I'd probably put him in good above Shea.
Yeah. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that one. But yeah, four more players to go through. Next one, Reece Burke. Now, I'll just be straight up. Overall, I think he's been very good. Don't get me wrong, there has been some games where he's not been overly great, but majority of the time he's been brilliant. I think a lot of people go on about the Sheffield United away game. For me, he had to do it. Otherwise they were definitely going to score. Well, most likely anyway, I think, especially without the way the game was already going. But overall, he's been brilliant. There's games where, he's been in the lineup and I've not been worried or annoyed about it, if I'm being honest. And that relates to what I said earlier. We've got three really good centre-backs, obviously Sonny Bradley, Lockyer and Burke. So, yeah, for me, for Burke, I'll be straight. I'll put him in good. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. I'd probably put him ahead of Bradley. I'll put him ahead. I'll put him ahead of Bradley because he's stepped up.
Yeah,
and he's been our Sonny Bradley. Like, if you think about it, like he's been like, and that goal against Chelsea, fucking fantastic.
Oh
goal.
Yeah, yes. How can I not mention that? Yeah, no, that was a brilliant header. I see a lot of salty Chelsea. Oh, Kepa should have saved that. What are you on about? What are you chatting about, mate? That was unreal header. That was, to get it that early on. That was the first chance of the game. You know what I mean? It was.
He's definitely stepped up, and I'm glad we've signed him, and he's looking better and better, and he's only young as well. Really
give me
impressive.
A second, Sorry to interrupt you. Give me a second. Carry on what you're saying. I just got to sort something out quickly.
I was just saying, like, he stepped up massively. He looks good on the ball. He likes to get forward as well. He's got the confidence to go forward. So, he's definitely up there. Definitely. If anyone else wants to say what their thoughts are in the comments, let us know.
Right, sorry about that one, Dad. We just had to sort something out. So yeah, there we go. So there you go. Right, moving on to the next one. Now, again, relates to what I said earlier. I think people have been a bit too harsh on him. Musgrave, like we said, he's young. I understand. Obviously, would like him to do better, but we have to remember, he's young. He's adapting to it. So for me personally, I would say with Musgrave, I don't know. It is a tough one. I don't want to be harsh on him, but I probably would. I'd either go with low good or average. What about you, Dad?
I'd go with Can't really
like,
judge, to be honest.
can't
with
really
you.
judge. Yeah, okay. Yeah,
I don't
that's
think
not
he's
a bad
played
shout
enough
either.
games. Like, no, he played against Stevenage. I think did he score in that game? I can't remember. But like, he's looked good in a couple of games. But he ain't really played enough for me to judge. And again, he's young. Like, I'm not going to put him. Not even. He just hasn't played enough games for me. That's it.
Yeah, fair enough.
And
Just
I
quickly, like Don says here, he was really good at Blackpool away as well, Musgrave.
Yeah.
He was one of many good players that day. So we'll agree with that one. But yeah, two more well, actually, technically one more player because one of them isn't at the club anymore, which is Sluga, so we'll just leave him where he is. But the last player, Dan Potts. Now, I honestly thought his last game for Luton would have been against Middlesbrough at home. Honestly, when he come on for that, yeah, I know he hasn't played for a while, but he did the reckless tackle. Obviously, got a yellow card for it. But since he's had to come in recently, obviously with Naismith, the injury, that sort of thing, he's been brilliant. He's been brilliant. He's put in a shift, and you can't fault him. You can't fault him at this current moment in time. So I'm going to put him in good, but I'd probably put him on the lower side of good. I'm going to be honest. Straight up. Would you put him above anyone on good or?
No, I put him at the bottom.
Yeah.
No disrespect, like it's just a game time really. Like, but
yeah.
He's up there. Like, he ain't put a foot wrong.
Yeah, definitely. So just looking at that this one last time as a whole, we didn't actually end up putting anyone in poor. Would you change that looking back at it and maybe put, I don't know, one of them in average?
No. For me, no one's been poor. No one's been that bad. Like,
yeah, true. Actually, to be fair,
no one's been.
But yeah, we'll go through it again. So obviously, can't really judge, and obviously the left side is, the best, but obviously judge is just how it is. Put Piera, Glen Ray, and Musgrave. Obviously, none in poor, like we just said. Average, we put Ruddock and Lansbury. Obviously, Ruddock higher. And then as for good, we got a lot of people in good. It's got the most, obviously. It's got Bree with the best player of good. Then it's Burke. Then it's Bradley. Then it's Fred. Then it's Campbell. Then Clark. Then Lockyer. Then Bell. Then Osho. Then Shea. Then Jerome. Then Hilton. Then Mendez Gomez. Then Potts. So that's what we've done there. And then exceptional as the best, the number one player so far this season. And it probably will be, if we're being honest, going, when we do this at the end of the season, Naismith, exceptional most game, pretty much every game. Adebayo, like we said, he put him in second. The step up, he's had to do, to be getting that many goals as well. Got to remember he's been injured as well. Imagine if he weren't injured, at them little times he was. For me, he'd be having a lot more goals than that. I'm not going to lie. Cornick, like I've said last season, he had everything to his game, bar his shooting. He's improved on that. Like I said, there's been games where you've seen it, Millwall away, and his link-up play of Adebayo is brilliant. It's for me, it's up there. As a duo in the Championship, it's up there. Their link-up is simple as that for me. And then also, we've added an addition to last time. Obviously, last time it was Naismith, Adebayo and Cornick, excuse me, in exceptional. We've put Berry in there as well. Like I said, for me, I didn't think he was Championship quality at the start of the season. He has proved me wrong. Stepped up every single game. There's been games where he's come in clutch and really helped us out. Like I said, Blackburn away. A few others where we've just ran rampant. And he scored a couple goals. Preston at home. There's been a lot more. There's been a lot more from the top of my head. I just can't think of any. Again, another player who would have a lot more goals if he didn't have that injury. And even when he had that injury, it comes down to him and Clark in a way. But obviously, put very higher, where we've missed them. We've missed their attacking spark. So there you go. There you go. That is the rankings with 8 games left, I believe there is. Well, for us anyway. So there you go. That is our rankings right now. Obviously, like I said, we'll be doing one at the end of the season. But yeah, overall, Dad, would you so you just keep it how it is? You wouldn't make any last minute changes?
No, I was just looking at it, mate. That's pretty much good for me.
Yep. No, fair enough. Fair enough. And yeah, there you go. There you go. That is our rankings, as well as us talking about the whole game. So there you go. There you go, people. Big up everyone that tuned in. Obviously, I had a few days off. Obviously, you know, international break. Sometimes content can be a bit like, oh, what do I really do here? I'm not sure when the next load of content will be. I'm not going to lie, but obviously we wanted to get the whole game spoken about, and decided to do another rankings on Luton players. So hopefully you lot have enjoyed it, and I know you're probably going to say something to this because you said you was going to, Dad, you do music. Where can they find it?
Dazzy D Mixcloud. I found a back catalogue of music, which I'd done like last year. Still like, you know, good D&B mixes and that. So I put up about 3 separate mixes. I'm getting back into it. So I'm, you know, buying tunes and all that. And there'll be some fresh content for you soon. So check that out. Dazzy D Mixcloud. Big up yourselves.
There you go. Yeah, no, absolutely. Big up everyone that's come in. Quite a lot of people. Obviously, we appreciate that. And we're gonna end it here. It's been a long one today. I think it's been one of the longest episodes. 1 hour 32 minutes it's been. So yeah, there you go. That is how much we've enjoyed that one. But as I said, don't forget to smash a like on the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already. And big up everyone that's watched the vlog. Actually, that is now my most viewed vlog, the whole one. It's got 1.2k views, so thank you everyone that's watched that and liked and all of that. But yeah, as I said, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Share the channel as well, and if you want to follow me across my socials, links to them are in the description. Also, subscribe to my other channel as well, T-Boys TV Extra. And also, just quickly, I'm thinking of sort of changing that channel up a little bit. I know I did say I was going to do like, you know, clips and highlights on it. I'll probably still do that. But as well, I'm thinking of doing it in like a non-sporting sort of content channel, because obviously I've got a few things non-sport related planned for the summer on YouTube. So yeah, I might change it into that, but I'll probably do like a poll sort of thing nearer the time. There you go. And Fletcher says, hopefully Burnley get results to send the Scummers down. Oh yeah, that'd be brilliant. I think they're going down anyway. I'm not going to lie. But like I said, that is the end of the Hatter Show, episode 31. So yeah, Dad, you got any final word you want to say?
Just look after yourselves and let's start again at Millwall.
Yeah, let's start again at Millwall.
Thanks,
and
Millwall.
Do you know what, actually? Even though it is only a friendly, England are playing, playing Switzerland. Don't think it's going to be a walkover. Playing them at home. What's your score prediction tomorrow?
I think we'll 1-0.
1-0. Jeez. It'll be that close, yeah? Fair enough.
I do, yeah.
I'm going to go over 2-1. 2-1 England. I reckon they will score. They do have some decent players. Xhaka does tend to play well for them. And also, they've obviously got Shaqiri, who is a good player. He's mad to think he's playing in MLS now. Which is a mad one. But yeah, we know his quality. But yeah, overall, I'm not really too bothered what the result is. It's a friendly, but I do expect us to win. But yeah, we just thought we'd do that, you know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, there we go. That is episode 31 of the Hatter Show done. Big up everyone that tuned in. And me and my dad will see you some point soon. So yeah, until next time, guys, take care and peace.